welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Today I have a review. I'll be reviewing and demoing the new Too Faced Peach Perfection Foundation. So if you want to see this review and demo, just keep on watching. This foundation is only sold exclusively through Sephora, so you won't find it anywhere else, and that's where I purchased it. And when I went there to pick up the foundation, they only have 12 shades. So it's very difficult to find your shade because they don't have a wide variety of shades. And the shade that I chose was Vanilla. The shade lighter than this one was too light for me, and the shade above this one was too dark. So in order for me to have a good foundation, I have to buy two of them, but I didn't because I don't have that much money to spend on foundations. So I only bought one that's kind of a little bit too dark for me, but still works in a way, you know. Yeah, so they only have 12 shades, and it does retail for $36, which is pretty expensive. So that's why I didn't bought two foundations, because that would be like $60, and I don't have that. And their ratings, this foundation has good ratings in Sephora. It has 4.5 out of 5 stars, so pretty good for a foundation. And this is a Too Faced Peach Perfection. It claims it's a comfort matte foundation infused with peach and sweet fig cream, and it does claim that it's oil-free, 14-hour wear, oil controlling, photo-friendly, and shine-free. So this foundation is very promising. So I was very attracted to this foundation because I love matte foundations, because I do have a little bit more of a oily face, oily skin. So I was really excited to try this, and I've been trying this foundation now for 2 months. When it came out, I waited a little bit, and then I purchased it, and I've been wearing and testing it for 2 months because I really wanted to give my honest opinion about this foundation. So let's get started. Next step, I like to use the MAC and Prep Fix Plus, because for this type of foundations, when they're matte, I like to go in with a more of a watery base. I don't like to do a matte primer, because then that's going to add too much to the skin. You know, a matte primer, a matte foundation. So I just like to do a watery primer and then the matte foundation. So I'm going to put a little bit of this. And it smells really good. If you haven't tried the MAC Fix Plus, you have to try it. It's really good, and it works well for the skin, and it hasn't break me out or anything, so I love that. Then while it's drying, I like to go in with a Too Faced Poreless, and I just go on top of my nose because I tend to have really huge pores. My pores are very huge, and I like this, and it does help to minimize the pores. Minimize the pores, and I've been using this, and I really like it. And I only use that on the nose. The box is very peachy color, and it has like peaches inside. Like, it's a pretty nice box, but at the end, who cares about the box? I'll be throwing that in the garbage. So the foundation itself comes in a little tube like this, which I like, and it clicks like this, and you can tell I've been using this foundation because it looks very messy. But I like that it has a pump, because I love foundations that have pump. It just makes it easier instead of just like trying to figure out how much. You know, with this you could just do 1 pump or 2 pumps. So it comes like this, and the packaging is really nice. And then I like this because you could tie it in and squeeze it out. I don't know, it's just really nice. And the shade that I'm using is Vanilla. Like I said, the shade range is not pretty good. That's the only thing that I don't like, is the shade. But it comes like this. And it does have like a sweet fig peach scent. But honestly, at the beginning when I got this brand new foundation, it did have a strong smell like peach and fig. But after using it for 2 months, the smell, it's not that intense anymore. So it does have a little bit of a smell like peachy smell and fig, but it's not intense after you keep using the product. And honestly, I'm not bothered with the smell, because I'd rather have my foundation smell a little bit peachy with sweet fig than smelling like straight up paint or any other chemical. So the smell for me, it does not bother me. And it comes like this. And I'm going to be using a Real Techniques sponge to apply my foundation. It does look kind of messy, but it's not messy. I've only used like 3 times, so it's brand new, and I love using the sponge to apply this type of foundations. And I'm only going to do 1 pump so you can see how it looks. with one pump you get this amount of product, which is good, which is relatively good. And I just like to go like this first. You can see the color is a little bit too dark. A little bit too dark for me, but and it says it's a medium coverage. And I have like really dark circles, like really, really dark. It does do a nice job of covering. Like this is just one pump, and I do feel like you need to go in with 2 pumps. I haven't put anything yet here, but with only one pump I was able to do half of my face. So definitely you need to use like about 2 or 3 pumps to cover the face well. So we're gonna go again. I'm gonna add another pump. You can see it's very dark. It does do a nice job of covering. Like this is just one pump, and I do feel like you need to go in with 2 pumps. I haven't put anything yet here, but with only one pump I was able to do half of my face. So definitely you need to use like about 2 or 3 pumps to cover the face well. So we're gonna go again. I'm gonna add another pump. You can see it's very dark. As you can tell, I have to use like about 3 pumps in order to have a nice full coverage, because with one pump you're able to, for me specifically, I was only able to do one half of my face, and my other half of the face it didn't have enough pumps, so I have to do 3 pumps in total to have a nice coverage. As you can see, like it does a nice job of covering my dark spots, and it says it's a medium to full coverage, so you can keep adding more product until it covers. And I like to go on top of my beauty blender. I like to go with my sponge here and just dab and make sure it's locked. And I like to go below my neck to make sure it blends out good. So what do you guys think? This is how I apply the foundation, and honestly I think it does look good on my skin. It is a matte foundation, but it's not that matte. It's not like those types. If you have tried the Estee Lauder foundation, the double wear foundation matte, that one is like super matte, and if you don't blend that out very good, you could tell like there's streaks. But for this foundation, although it says it's a matte, it is a comfort matte as it states. It's not very like sucking to your face. It's very like, it's not watery at all either. It's just very nice. It's a very nice foundation for everyday use, or you could just keep on building the coverage, and it gives you like a nice canvas to your face. So I really think this foundation is pretty good for an everyday use, or if you want to go out. It is very good. It does claim it's oil free. It's definitely oil free. It will not make your face shine. I've been trying this for 2 months, and I have not had any issues with shininess on my face, which is good. So oil free, I do attest that it's really good. 14-hour wear. Honestly, I've worn it for more than 10 hours, and I do feel like it does last, but at the end of the day, it's a little bit, I don't know, it does last to a certain degree. I would say that. If you're sweating, it will definitely come off. So yeah, if you're not doing anything, yeah, the foundation will last. But if you're like going out to the gym and sweating and everything, that foundation, it will like a little bit, like you could tell like there's something going on. So it does help with the oil free. It does help with the oil control. Kind of 14-hour wear, yeah, kind of not so much. Photo friendly, I definitely don't take that much pictures to know if it's photo friendly, so that's the only thing I will not be able to tell you if it's photo friendly or not. But honestly, that foundation like looks good. And then on the box it says is what is it? It's a transfer resistant. Okay. When it says transfer resistant, I assume it's like it's not going to go onto your clothes, or if you put your hand, it's not going to transfer to your hand. Although it says transfer resistant, I don't think it's transfer resistant at all. Like, I've worn clothes like jackets, and I would just like be doing my everyday thing, and then when I see my jacket, it is covered with foundation. So it's not transfer resistant. Although it claims to be transfer resistant, it's not transfer resistant. And then also, during my class, I go to school, so I always put my hand on my cheek and everything, and I could see like there's residue of foundation on my hand. So definitely, I don't think it's transfer resistant. I do believe it's oil free. It controls oilness. It is kind of 14-hour friendly, but it's not photo friendly because I haven't tried it, so I don't know about that part. But about talking about transfer resistance, I don't think it's transfer resistance. I do think there's transferring at some point. But honestly, the foundation itself, I really like it. I have no problem with the smell. If you're a person that doesn't like smelly foundations, then probably you will not like this, because it does have a smell, but it's honestly, it's like a candy smell. It's like really good. The only thing I do not like is the shade range. They only have 12 shades, and honestly, I think this one's a little bit too dark for me, because then when I hit the sun, I can see like there's a half dark and half white. But like there's a difference between my skin. But do I recommend this foundation? I do recommend it if you're oil free. If you have I do recommend it if you have problems with oil control. Like this, definitely, it's not oily. It's a nice matte without being like a really strong matte. Drying matte. That's the word.
You started that part again?
So I do believe if you like matte foundations, this is a really good foundation to have, because it is a nice matte. It is not a drying matte. It gives you a nice glow matte. So I do recommend this. And if you try this foundation, let me know what were your thoughts about it. Did you like it? You didn't like it? What kind of primer did you use when you use this foundation? Because I'm always interested to see what kind of primers people use before the foundation. Although foundation might be like saying, oh, it's oil free, it's matte, but definitely the most important part before wearing a foundation is priming and preparing the face in order to put the foundation. Because you could have the greatest foundation, the most expensive foundation, but if you don't prime correctly, your foundation is not gonna excel. So yeah. So with that, I end this review and demonstration. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and comment below like, what do you like about this foundation? What do you don't like it? What do you think? So I'll see you on my next video, and thank you for watching.